The first time I realized my own family was trying to destroy my future, I couldn't breathe. I remember staring at my fiancé across the dinner table, watching the trust slowly disappear from his eyes. And that moment terrified me more than anything. Not because I had secrets, but because I didn't. My name is Emma Parker, and 6 weeks before my wedding, the people I trusted most decided to tell a story about my past that never happened. A story so convincing that even the man I loved started questioning everything. Growing up, I always believed family was supposed to protect you, support you, stand beside you when life became difficult. Unfortunately, my family had different ideas. I was the oldest child, the responsible one, the daughter who followed the rules, the daughter who worked hard, the daughter who never caused problems. Yet somehow, I was always treated like I wasn't enough. My younger brother Ethan could make mistakes and receive endless forgiveness. I could achieve something important and barely receive acknowledgement. Over time, I stopped seeking their approval. Instead, I focused on building my own life. I earned my degree, built a successful career, bought my own home, and eventually I met Noah. Noah changed everything. For the first time, I felt understood. He listened when I spoke. He respected my dreams. He never made me feel small. When he proposed, I felt something I had never fully experienced before. Peace. For months, wedding planning filled our lives with excitement. We talked about the future constantly. The home we wanted. The family we hoped to build. The life we wanted to share. But while Noah and I grew closer, my parents became strangely distant. At first, it seemed subtle. Small comments. Passive remarks. Questions that felt oddly personal. Then things became worse. My mother began criticizing wedding decisions. My father questioned Noah's intentions. Every family gathering became uncomfortable. Still, I convinced myself it was temporary. Until one evening changed everything. Noah arrived at my apartment carrying an expression I had never seen before. He looked confused, worried, almost heartbroken. Without saying much, he sat across from me. For several moments, neither of us spoke. Then he asked a question that made my stomach drop. Emma, is there something about your past I should know? I felt frozen. What do you mean? His eyes lowered. My parents received information from your family. A chill moved through my body. Noah swallowed hard. They said you've hidden important things from me. The room suddenly felt smaller. My heartbeat became louder. Faster. What things? Then he told me. My parents had claimed I lied about previous relationships. They claimed I had manipulated people. They claimed there were serious parts of my past I never wanted Noah to discover. Every word felt unreal. Because none of it was true. Not even close. But what I didn't know that night was that the lies had already spread far beyond my family. And before the truth finally arrived, everything I loved would be tested. The following weeks became the hardest period of my life. Noah tried to believe me. I could see that. But trust becomes fragile when doubt enters the room. Even when someone loves you. Every conversation felt different. Every smile seemed forced. Every silence felt heavier. The most painful part wasn't the accusations. It was realizing that my own family was responsible. I confronted my parents immediately. At first, they denied everything. Then they blamed misunderstandings. Then they claimed they were only protecting Noah. Their explanations changed constantly. Nothing made sense. One evening, I finally asked the question that had haunted me for days. Why are you doing this? Neither of them answered. That silence told me more than words ever could. For years, I had ignored small signs. The jealousy whenever something good happened. The criticism whenever I succeeded. The discomfort whenever I became independent. Now those signs finally formed a complete picture. My parents weren't protecting Noah. They were trying to control me. And losing that control frightened them. As wedding preparations continued, the rumors spread. Some relatives stopped calling. Others became distant. People whispered during family gatherings. The woman who spent years building a reputation based on honesty suddenly found herself defending lies she never told. I cried often, usually when nobody could see. Late at night, in empty rooms. in my car after work. There were moments when I questioned everything. Moments when I wondered if canceling the wedding would simply make life easier. But every time those thoughts appeared, I remembered something important. The truth had not changed. Only people's perception of it had. And eventually, truth has a way of finding daylight. Then something unexpected happened. Noah's Aunt Catherine became suspicious. A retired attorney, she spent her life analyzing facts. The inconsistencies in my parents' story bothered her. Dates didn't match. Details changed. Evidence never appeared. The more she investigated, the weaker the accusations became. Eventually, she began speaking privately with relatives, friends, former coworkers, anyone connected to the claims. Every conversation produced the same result. Nothing supported my parents' story. Nothing. Weeks of rumors suddenly began collapsing. Questions started replacing assumptions. People demanded proof. Proof my parents could not provide. Still, the final confrontation hadn't happened yet. That moment arrived during our rehearsal dinner. The room was filled with family members, friends, and wedding guests. Everyone sensed tension. Everyone knew something was wrong. Nobody knew how dramatic the evening was about to become. Until everything changed. The rehearsal dinner began quietly. People smiled politely. Conversations felt forced. The tension was impossible to ignore. My parents behaved as if nothing had happened. Laughing. Socializing. Pretending the damage they caused didn't exist. I remember looking around the room and feeling emotionally exhausted. Then Catherine stood up. The room immediately became silent. She carried a folder filled with documents. Notes. Statements. Records. Weeks of research. Calmly, she began speaking. One by one, she addressed every accusation, every rumor, every claim. And one by one, they fell apart. She presented timelines that disproved stories, witness statements that contradicted accusations, facts that exposed inconsistencies. Within minutes, the entire narrative collapsed. Guests exchanged stunned looks. Whispers spread throughout the room. People who once believed the rumors suddenly realized they had been manipulated. My parents sat silently. The confidence they carried for weeks disappeared. Then Noah stood. His voice was calm, but powerful. He looked directly at my parents and asked one simple question. Why would you do this to your own daughter? Neither answered. Not immediately. Because some actions are impossible to defend. Eventually, my mother admitted part of the truth. She feared losing influence over my life. My father admitted he never believed Noah's family truly accepted us. What began as insecurity slowly transformed into manipulation. And that manipulation nearly destroyed everything. For the first time, everyone saw the truth. Not the version my parents created. The real truth. After the dinner ended, Noah found me standing outside beneath the evening sky. The air felt cooler, lighter, as if a storm had finally passed. He took my hand gently. I'm sorry I doubted you. Tears filled my eyes. Not because he apologized, but because the nightmare was finally ending. A few weeks later, we got married. The ceremony wasn't perfect. Some family relationships remained damaged. Some wounds needed time. But one thing changed forever. I stopped measuring my worth through other people's approval, especially my family's. Looking back now, I understand something important. Justice isn't always dramatic. Sometimes justice is simply the truth being heard. Sometimes it's watching lies lose their power. And sometimes it's realizing that your value was never dependent on someone else's opinion. My parents tried to rewrite my story. They tried to define me through rumors. But they failed. Because truth eventually arrived. And when it did, it revealed something far more important than their betrayal. It revealed my strength. Today, when I think about that painful chapter, I don't remember the lies first. I remember surviving them. Because the people closest to us may sometimes disappoint us. But they do not get to decide who we are. Only we can do that. And that was the lesson that finally set me free.